Yeah, sorry for the last video, what I mean? I said it wrong and all that stuff. So back up was 10, what I mean? So this how we go to say, growing up in New York City, like I was saying, hustling, like before I started stepping out the box, because everybody just up the porch in different year, I'm talking about the year I stepped the porch. So, like I said, everybody have different people who you, like I say, you hang around with in the city. It may draw your attention. So one day, it was a couple dudes I know. Like I said, some dudes in the robbing, some dudes in the stealing, some dudes into all kinds of shit, credit card fraud. Come on, it's the New York way. You know what I mean? So things like that, you gotta pick a lane. So when I was young, I was hanging with this kid, right? He was about this bread and butter. You know what I mean? So at the time, he was hustling for somebody. So he like, yo, we try to make some money. So at the time, like, young, dumb, you know what I mean? Sometimes you don't want your mom to catch you doing what you're doing at the time. So I said, yeah, what you do? You know what I mean? So now, this was, shit get real. You know what I mean? So now, know who you hanging out with. Know who you with. You know what I mean? That's how things go in the city. So at the time, young, dumb Haitian boy, you didn't know so much. You just gotta pick a lane. So at the time about being broke, it's no joke in the city. You know what I mean? Pockets empty, no lettuce in your pocket. You know what I mean? You feel really fucked up. So at the time, he showed me what to do with the pack things. So at the time, in New York, it was what? Sell 100 pieces. 100 sell 100 pieces, keep 25 pieces, get it off, the other nigga 75. That's no bread and butter, my G. You know what I mean? But at the time, young, you know, couple packs, like 4 packs, 5 packs, you got $100 in your pocket. That's not good. But at the time, the shit was jumping. Depending how the trap house was jumping that shit, right? So now we on the block, right? To do introduce you to the dude, right? It was like I say we was hustling back in the day. You know about New York, we hustle like I say Hunt, Hunt, 134th to the 7th, and it's about a PS92 back in the days. You know what I mean? So now we in the trap house, right? Me, my man, we do some day. We had this crackhead nigga, right? We used to call that nigga Black Hawk, right? Big black. You know how they do in New York. You might have these big black niggas came home from jail. Diesel nigga, big up top, small at the bottom like a diesel crackhead. You know what I mean? Real shit, right? This nigga looks intimidating, big black nigga, right? So now, as you being young and shit, right? So now we the like booming, right? So then in the trap house you got what something at the door, boom, boom, boom. Fuck, you may have the gun. You know what I mean? The pipe, the Chico stick, how y'all call it? Chico stick, uh, Roman, you know what I mean? The blicky, you know what I mean? Shit like that. That's what the fuck y'all call it, right? So, so at the time, you know, I'm like this. We getting we getting little pocket letters, you know what I mean? Fiends coming knocking on the door. We hustling the brownstone. If you know about brownstones, it's kind of different. You got projects, you got brownstone, you got avenues. You know what I mean? So you gotta pick a lane. It's either brownstones, it's on the Ave, but it's in the brownstones in the cut. You up in New York, you like Brooklyn, you got brownstones. You know what I mean? Some places in Harlem, you got certain places of brownstones. You got Brooklyn, Bronx. I've never seen no shit. No brownstones in the Bronx. So Bronx don't have brownstones. You got tenements, and they got motherfucking projects. You know what I mean? So yeah, shit jumping off, right? So now we all making money, right? See these fiends, you gotta watch these niggas, man. They was taking shit. Everybody gotta have a fiend that's still, right? That shit. But this nigga, he was one of them niggas you didn't know he was a fiend. You know what I mean? At the time. So when you hustle for a nigga, you gotta make sure the work don't get fucked up, man. I don't give a fuck. Nothing can be short. You know what I mean? Because you know this is something you learn. You can't fuck a nigga work up. You know what I mean? So you hustling out there, you can't fuck a nigga bread up back in the day. So because you need to go get checked. So now, so I'm like, so at the time being young, we getting money. The shit spot booming, right? You go come with beefs. You know what I mean? Trust me, niggas get sticky. You know what I mean? Because at the time, one day, just before I came, the spot got robbed. You know what I mean? So when the shit get robbed, niggas not trying to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you already know you gotta hold the block down. Basically, when the block you gotta hold down, you gotta hold that shit down. So at the time, we holding the track down, things knocking, cops moving around, DTs, you gotta watch all the Ds and shit. We jumping out, hop out boys, we call them hop out boys and shit. So when they come out, you gotta stash the Yoda, you know what I mean? You know, because it may say, you might say knocks, knocking on the door and shit at the door. So always in the brown stores, we always have, you call that shit, like fire skates or something, you get out, you know what I mean? So basically you escape. But this is the time I didn't know we go get raided. So let me tell you about that, right? At the time. So now we dealing with this thing, right? So we making the money, right? So something to tell you, so this big diesel crackhead nigga that came from Rikers Island. You know how that shit goes. You go up north, you don't know this nigga. You know what I mean? They come on all swolled up, diesel up top, smart at the bottom, think he run the block or something. Telling them stories, them old head stories. We young. We don't know what the fuck is going on. So now we hitting it off. This nigga bring the customers. We sell it. Shit jumping. Shit is jumping. You may make like six. Well, the block was making 3,000 a day, maybe four. You know what I mean? Depends. It depends. You selling nickels, nicks and dimes, nicks and dimes, nicks and dimes, nicks and dimes, nicks and dimes. So the nigga, the first time we get a nigga to pat, this fucking crackhead nigga. He supposed to be holding it down. Whoever he not, we didn't know he was a crackhead. You know what I mean? He was like one of them niggas. Okay, he gonna get busy because every niggas you young, you see a nigga it's coming right, you think he gonna get busy. You know what I mean? Shit hit the fan. You go get it. He go bust that. This nigga, this nigga, right? My man caught this nigga one day, right? He like, yo, one niggas tell me, first we found out the patch was short, right? The shit getting short, like go here, because this nigga was giving us the work. You know how you say the nigga giving you the work. That's that nigga, man. Not my man. I'm just new, young, you know what I mean? So this nigga, you know, sticking work telling us this and that and third, but his fake ass Rikers Island war stories, you know what I mean? We listening, we don't know, you know what I mean? We just know what's going on in the streets right now, The fuck. The same thing like these young niggas do, we the young nigga pull a trigger, whatever the situation, right? So now, in hustling, you know you gonna get beef over niggas on the block. So from the shit go down. You know what I mean? Okay. After we find out the nigga was stealing, before we nigga we was stealing, so something went down. We out there. We posted up. And shit goes, nigga go territory always go big. You know what I mean? Niggas learn how to put that work in. So now, after long story short, because I don't like saying so much, you know what I mean? This nigga, Fiend nigga, stole more work, right? A man was telling me, but I am young. I don't know. You know what I mean? You're just a worker at the time. You know what I mean? The nigga just selling. And you ain't trying to make your money. You don't give a fuck. So now, when the hold up, man. The people's calling. How you gonna tell somebody capping on me? The fuck are you talking about? I just caught on to that. The fuck you mean? There's no capping over here, bro. You know? Trust me, real recognize real, homie. You know? Facts. You grow up in New York City, you tell me how capping is, homie. You know? Because trust me, trapping is anywhere, homie. Because I trap everywhere, you know? You don't fall about none of that bullshit. Stand on that. And that's a fact. So back I was saying, so now we in the city and shit, you know? Shit real. But that's how it was growing up in the city, you know what I mean, homie? Back then, you trapping in houses, some niggas trap on ass, some niggas chop in the projects. And that's a fact. Who were born in New York, they'll tell you, you know? At the time, the shit was jumping off, you know? And I'm a young nigga, so at me being young, you don't know so much. You know what I mean? You try to make a buck. Before you come a boss, you gotta learn from scratch. You know what I mean? Always remember that. See, this generation, yeah, just do whatever. Back then, they had real niggas, real killers, real shit. You know, you gotta start with something. You just can't jump out there. I'm gonna sell something. You get your shit popped. You know what I mean? Trust me. That's the rules of life in the city. You know what I mean? It's not like the country. You can go anywhere, this and that, third, boom, boom, boom. You come into the city, New York, shit go down. You know, anybody would tell you. You can't just go hustle in Brooklyn. You can't go hustle in Queens. You just can't go hustle in Harlem. You just can't go. It's time you gotta have a strong force. You know, and that's a fact. Your work gotta be good. But at the time, to go all the way to come up in life, you gotta have a whole block, or you gotta have to out of town to come up. You know what I mean? You gotta. It's real. It's just real in life. So now back to what I was saying. So we out there. So shit, we will. So the fiend took shit. Like I was saying, it took and taking shit. So so the boss coming in saying, yo, blah 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 blah. So I ain't never caught on to it, right? So one day, right, my man caught the fiend smoking crack. Wow. I'm like, God damn. Nigga came from Rikers Island, you thought, what I mean, this nigga smoking Ready Rock. You know what I mean? So you like you fucked up in the head, this and that. So now we said we gotta have to tell the boss. So this fiend nigga, these fiends trying to threaten us, yo, this and that third. So now this how we caught the boss caught the fiend. So at the time, my little man let the nigga know. So long story short, he caught the fiend, right? For him in the act smoking. It always consequences and consequences. You fucking nigga work up, or you get caught. You know what I mean? Doing something you shouldn't be doing. So he made an example with the fiend. Beat the shit out of him. We stomping the nigga out too. I ain't gonna lie. What I mean? We whipping this nigga ass too. You know what I mean? We beating the shit out of this nigga. So then this nigga pulled out a demonstration and smacked the nigga with it. Now, that's when you the shit get real. You know what I mean? Fiend took off. The fake ass diesel nigga that came from Rikers Island, up north, as people say, he took off running. What you do is now we young niggas, we got the spot jumping off now. We young, we out of control. You know what I mean? Shit coming in, shit booming, what I mean? Shit getting in, right? There's always a story to shit get real. One day, I cut school, right? I'm supposed to be in school and shit, right? You know how your mom send you to school. You go to school now, you want to make some money, right? In New York, what I mean? School is high at the time, but at the same time, you want that pocket full of letters in your pocket. You know what I mean? Being broke is no joke, especially on a Friday, you off of school. You know what I mean? You want some of this. So now I cut school, right? Wind up, right? Wind up going to the trap house with me and my mans, and I'm about to make this bread. So now, my man, we all linked up. We going to the thing. We got the work. Shit is booming, right? So now, me at the time, I like to play ball a little bit, right? Play basketball, you know. So I had some windbreakers on, you know, some windbreakers. I know y'all don't remember back in the days the windbreakers. I had the windbreakers on, yo. You could see through them shits, right? You can see a boxes, like you know, man, shit was real crazy. Thin windbreakers on, you know, you play ball, you wouldn't have the old eyes or the windbreakers back then. So no, I had the windbreakers on. So right, we had the gun, we had this, you know what I mean. So we in the trap house, boom, I never expected. One day we get a knock, da 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 da, and this knock was one of them hard knocks, yo, like ding 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 ding, right? So the dog barking, oh, like this shit going crazy. So yo, man, right? Say first it was the fiend, right? Then the fiend came back, yo, it was cops, right? Banging on the thing, boom, 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 trying to get it in, right? So now I'm paranoid, right? So shit, we stashing the shit, like, get the shit right. Now, this how shit was real, right? My man gave me the Yoda, the demonstration, right? Now I got windbreakers on, my nigga. Windbreakers on. As you being young, you don't think about that shit. So we hitting up the stairs, right? Because you know some brownstones got stairs sitting where you can get to the alleyway. Cause New York, we had alleys, like the back of the alley, you come to the fire escape, or you go scoop to the next roof. I mean, hot the roof, you know what I mean? You go to the next building because it's not that short. If you got a gap roof, you know you fucked. You know what I mean? You gotta go downstairs, hit the fire escape. You better hope to God you don't get caught. You know what I mean? But in the trap houses, we have different stashes. You know, different ways you could get away. My stupid ass took the burner with me. Right, nasty work. Right. So now I'm going down the fire escape. You know what I mean? We running, going this way, right? Hit the roof now, hit the other side of the fire escape and shit. So now I'm coming down the fire escape. You know these fire escapes, you come down, you gotta now before you do, you gotta jump down. The last one you gotta jump down, or you gotta have the ladder, right? And you can hang down a little bit and jump your feet down, right? So now me being paranoid and shit, I jumped on the ladder, right? Trying to scoop down, right? The ladder broke. Me, the ladder going down. I smacked the concrete. Boom, you know, your back and shit. Lucky, right? Lucky, right? Lucky. Lucky Grayson. The grace of God, right? I didn't get pinched because you know you fall down, that metal thing would hit right here. Lucky you didn't hit my thing. I fell down. Boom. With the gun, the windbreakers. This shit was real nasty. So I don't know what the fuck it was. I was sore, but I got the fuck up. Started running. Boom, boom. So now, you know, in New York, with certain blocks you can run on, right? So I'm running down eighth, because you got eighth and seventh, right? Eighth and seventh is tween in the middle. So I'm running down eighth. So in eighth, trying to get to Edgecombe and shit, right? Till to get to the thing, you know, things like that is late night. You know what I mean? Nigga running around with red brim breakers on, you know what I mean? So we hitting that. We young, and we fast, young, and shit. And I was scared to death. I was scared to death me. I ain't want to get caught by my mother. You know what I mean? Because trust me, you know what I find out? She'll whip my ass. You know what I mean? At the time. So at the time, let me blunt, bro. I ain't talking about no fake shit. I'm talking about some real shit. You know, I got certified shit, man. You know, certain things in life. You know what I mean? You tell the truth. You don't gotta certified making shit. Nah, you have your ups and downs. This is a hustle life. Some of y'all niggas don't know about the hustle life. You run around and shooting niggas up, doing dumb shit. That's nutso shit, homie. You talking about that real get money. If you know, get some money in your pocket. You know, facts. So now I head back. Boom. Then also we hit back to the PJs. You know what I mean? We got the shit back. You know what I mean? So now heart beating fast, right? I'm talking about heart was beating fast, man. Running with that, man. Yo, the shit was crazy. So we hit back to the way. So now we seen the dude, right? We like, yo, boom, 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 right? I get a nigga the burner, right? I said, yeah. He's like, yo, thank you, right? He's like, yo. So boom, he hit us off with some bread, you know what I mean? That's food, right? And I was like, yo, and that right there made me think, right? A lot of shit made me think. Sit back and put a plan, you know what I mean? Made a couple stacks, put your money up. So always remember that. In life, if you hustling for somebody, whatever you disrespect, what you doing, don't think about a pair of sneakers. Put your money up, cause you never know. You know, at the time, I put my money up. You know, like I said before, my last story. You know, I started learning them grams, learning how to put shit together. Like I said, my last story, I learned from this dude I know, this fiend dude. Then I met this shorty, and she taught me to put everything together, learn how to trap. You know what I mean? Because in the city, you lose a spot, you gotta get a new spot, then you gotta go to war with people, you know what I mean? It's so much. It's so much because it's too much competition. You know what I mean? If you ain't selling no weed in the city, you don't got shit. You know what I mean? You just, you know, you just to come up, just to live. You know what I mean? You gotta have a job. You know, by the time you're young, it was no job for us. You know what I mean? It was like I said, you it take you a couple of minutes, a couple of years to get a work permit just to work. You know, that's like in the city. You know what I mean. You gotta have a job permit to work in New York. You know what I mean. It's crazy, but when you're young, you gotta have that, especially when you're in school. You know. So now, after that, you know what I mean. I start putting shit together, right? Because you know, when you first cop, when first you start off or whatever, you go get some bullshit. You may have some ups and downs. Some nigga might get out on you, make you some brown dirt. You know what I mean? You might think it's good. You might hit you with the Mickey. You know what I mean? Things like that in the city you go through. Because I know a couple of times I went on such and such, got something. But you know that shit was fucked up. I could tell you a story about that. It was fucked up. Like it was called Pallinium. It was some shit called Pallinium. I didn't know so much. It was called Pallinium. This is something right. The fiend one day, right, took it, right, got sick. You know what I mean? That's when I found out the dude hit me with the Mickey. You know what I mean? That's when your work got fucked up. But at the same time, you gotta get rid of that shit. You still gotta get rid of that, man. You know what I mean? Because you took a half a thing loss. You know, by the time being young, you dumb. You don't know so much, you know. So one day, I got enough, right? First time I cop, mhm, shit going good. Your first time, yeah, you're learning it, breaking it down. Wow, wow, got the little sharp razor. Wow, wow. You know, at the time, shit was like what, $10. You know, that's the thing. You know what I mean? So if you know about weight, you know about, you know, you know what to have. You know, basic math. Know your math. You know. By the time you're young and dumb, you don't know that. You know, you just know how to get shit off. So that's another level. You know what I mean? So now we got a little so like an 8 ball, 3 ball. You know what I mean? 38, 28 grams. You know, shit like that. You know, at the time when I got it, I was like, okay.